Peace and assalamu alaikum. A New Jersey family says a teacher yanked off their 7-year-old's hijab in class and told her, "Your hair is beautiful." And I'm reading this from The Insider. I'll put the link in the description. Thanks for tuning in. I'm just going to read some of this article and just, give my comments about it. But this is already crazy. A New Jersey family said a teacher at Seth Boyden Elementary School in Maplewood, New Jersey, pulled off their child's hijab in class. The 7-year-old Sumaya Wyatt was allegedly instructed by her teacher to remove her hijab on Wednesday, WABC TV reported. Why would you do that? That don't even make sense right there. You see it's a hijab. Why would you do that? The second grader said no, and the teacher then forcibly removed it from her head in front of all her classmates, the family attorney said, according to the outlet. You embarrass this child in front of everybody. Ultimately, the teacher succeeds in pulling the hijab off her head, followed by a bizarre statement, which is, "Your hair is beautiful," the attorney said. It is incredibly disturbing. It is very, very symbolic of disregard of her religion and certainly something that has affected my clients overall. When I was young, I used to have this white teacher who used to put her hands in my hair and play with my hair when she walked around the class. And I was like, that's weird. But white people be obsessed with black people's hair. I always want to touch it and look at it. I don't get it. But your hair is beautiful. Exactly. That's why she covered it up. And this article, it doesn't really say the race of the teacher who did this, but it gives clues. Saying something like your hair is beautiful, that's a clue. And then it gives some other clues going on into this. But we're going to continue reading the article. Her mother, Cassandra, says the incident has made her daughter resistant to Muslim garb. Why do you use that? I have to go introduce her to a different world that I've been trying to protect her from, Cassandra said. And that's the problem, Cassandra. That's the problem. I have to sadly say that to you. You should have been teaching her about this world. This whole sentence right here lets me know that she didn't tell her daughter anything about white supremacy. Yes, your daughter's 7 years old, but she's old enough to start learning about white supremacy and things that's going to go on. If you're going to be sending her out to school in the world of white supremacy, especially in the education system, we all know that white supremacy affects all 8 areas of life, or they say more, but all the areas of life white supremacy affects. You know you're sending your daughter out to this and you're saying, I've been trying to protect her from this. I've had to introduce her to a different world. You should have been telling her about this. You should have been telling her what possibly to expect when wearing her hijab as a black woman, a black young lady. You should have been telling her that. The family expects the teacher, I'm going to continue reading the article. The family expects the teacher to face repercussions. She had to know that was a hijab, she said. She has to pay for that. I'd love for her to apologize to my daughter and then my daughter would feel better. What? See, this shows me this mother has a total disregard of white supremacy. You want her to, so all you want her to do is apologize and then my daughter will feel better. Apology ain't going to take back that embarrassment she felt. White mommy gonna make it all better. Just let her apologize to you and pat you in the head and that'll be good enough. No, I need some money too. I was hurt. My daughter was hurt. We need some paper too. That little girl is not gonna really get over that. That's why she's resistant now to Muslim garb, as they say. Because it's affected her. It's gonna take a while for her to get over that. You should have been teaching her about the things that can happen. Continuing the article. A lawyer for the teacher called the accusation misinformation. And this is how they go. This is how they do now. Everything is misinformation now. Everything is fake news now. Even with, side note, even with these whole fact checker websites who are funded by the companies that want to push the jabs on you. Everything is misinformation. As soon as you say something that's the truth, they call it misinformation. And then when you read into what they're calling misinformation, you find out, man, that's not misinformation. They're just being super technical about some aspect that somebody said, and now they're calling the whole thing misinformation. So this word misinformation, what that's saying to me is that this little girl is telling the truth, and they're trying to find some little teensy weensy aspect of it that really wasn't true, so they can call the whole thing misinformation. Who controls what misinformation is? All misinformation is another term for I'm white and I say so. So, continuing the article, a lawyer for the teacher called the accusation misinformation and denied that the educator pulled off the hijab, according to WABC TV. In accordance with school policy, the teacher directed the student in her class to pull down the hood on what appeared to be a hooded sweatshirt because it was blocking her eyes, and immediately rescinded that request when she realized that the student was wearing the hood in place of, rather than on top of, her usual hijab. But the thing is, why does she say your hair is beautiful then? That lets you know she took the hijab off. Also, if she's been, how long has this class been going on? That means you knew she came in with hijab on before. So all of a sudden you seen her. Maybe she did have a hoodie on top of her hijab, but she had been coming in days before with her hijab on. So you knew she wore one, but you used today as her having a hood on to say, oh, we can't wear hoods in class. And then put her hair back with her hijab. You knew what she was doing. Come on. And then say, oh, my bad. Anyway, your hair is beautiful. Continuing the article, the accusations have caused tremendous harm to the teacher. Oh my God. It caused tremendous harm to her. The accusations have caused tremendous harm to the teacher, a teacher who, after more than 30 years of devoting her heart and soul to children of all backgrounds, has now had to ask for police protection. Oh my God. The South Orange Maplewood School District is conducting an investigation. The district takes matters of discrimination extremely seriously, school officials said, according to WABC. We remain committed to diversity, equity, and inclusion throughout our schools, including providing anti-bias and anti-racism training for all educators in the district on a regular basis. Blah, 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 blah. That's just the bull crap they put out there so they don't get sued. So that was that on that article. But yeah, we know what that was about. And the mother should have been teaching her daughter about white supremacy. She's 7 years old. She's old enough to understand that and what's going to go on. You're trying to protect her from white supremacy and not tell her the truth about it. Children want the truth, and they'll know how to use it properly, and they'll be ready for the world. Also, in another article, I really can't find the article now, but I remember reading it. The teacher knows the mother, or like knows the daughter. They know each other because they've worked out before and all of this. So that's even more odd. That why are you trying to take her hijab off? So that means you already knew that she wears hijab then. So you use that hood situation as a way to accidentally take off her hijab. That's very odd. And also, in another article, the teacher, this is what makes me believe that she's a white woman or a white person. The teacher, is a white woman, is the daughter of a Holocaust survivor. So we already know what that is. We already know what that's tied to. We already know how certain, how that's, feeling about Islam. So come on. It's really ridiculous. And it really makes me upset that you didn't teach your daughter about white supremacy. And they're only making this a religious issue. No, it's a racism issue as well. It's definitely a white supremacy issue as well, because white supremacy doesn't like anything that doesn't submit to them. They want to control everything, especially Islam, which people, melanated people around the globe are the majority of in Islam. So, of course, white supremacy is going to be against that. White supremacy is going to be against that because Islam says Allah is supreme. not you. Allah and his rules are supreme, not you. So when they see that hijab, nah, that makes them mad. Like, oh, wait a minute. This person has submitted to somebody other than my rulership. So they need to make it a racism issue. If they're going to make it a religious issue, okay, but you need to talk about the racism of it as well. And another thing that's very crazy and we must point out is that where's the father at? Where's the father? Where's the husband? Did you have this child before you became a Muslim? And then the father's nowhere to be found. So once again, one of the most important decisions as a woman, as a Muslim woman, as a woman, period, you will make is the quality of man you will choose to be your husband. Not to be your baby daddy. You need a husband. And he needs to be a quality man. That is one of the most major points of this article too. There's no father there. Because if it was a father there, the father would have came to the school on the first day. You know how you bring your child to school on the first day and you meet the teacher and all of that. The father would have been there and he would have came with the mom, or he would have brought her herself, just to let them know there's a man around. So don't be trying no funny stuff. And that really usually curbs a lot of it. When you come in with your child and they see, okay, yeah, she has a father. Okay, I can't be doing no funny stuff because he just popped up over here. His energy is on some masculine stuff. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. My father has come to my school many a times and dropped me off and spoke with the teachers and things like that, letting them know, yeah, my son has a dad. Don't be trying no funny stuff. And it curbs a lot of stupid stuff that these teachers think they can get away with. See, if she knew the mom, if the teacher knew the mom, then she knew that the mom didn't have a dad. So she knew she could get away with this. And that's why she did it. Because the dad wasn't going to take that. He would have came up there and gave her some words. And if the husband would have had an issue with it, then he would have gave him some words too. But this is very sick. And I hope this teacher gets some disciplinary action. But thank you for tuning in for this article. This is Bilal Abdullah Mujahid of Black Muslim in America. Peace and assalamu alaikum.